Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So, today's story time is quite the interesting one that I've been waiting to tell for a very long time now. I have this notepad in my phone. Every time I remember a story, I pop it in there, and I have them organized. So I have ones that are like, funny, and then ones that are like, scary or crazy, and then I have like really crazy, and this is the one that was from there. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do. If you want more from the really crazy section, leave a like or comment, I don't know. And yeah, let's get into it. So today's story time all starts off as a regular day back in 2017. Now at this point I was living out in California, but I was also like bouncing back and forth to New York a lot because my hometown in New York was, still kind of like home to me. So I would, kind of spend, a month in LA, then a month in New York, and, so on and so forth. And around this time I was visiting New York. I was there for about 3 weeks, and I was renting an Airbnb, and I've talked about that before. And yeah, I'm just chilling there. I had some friends staying with me. It was a lot of fun. Pretty much every night we'd just go and do something fun, whether it be like go see a movie or like go to a party or go out skating. It was essentially just one long vacation, and it was a lot of fun, right? Well, during this, I wasn't really streaming like I usually was. At this point, I was streaming pretty consistently on Twitch. I was still uploading, but yeah, I wasn't streaming. And that was kind of getting to me. I was like, damn, like I should probably stream because it's been a long time. It's funny that I'm saying this now about back then because now I haven't streamed in like half a year or something. So kind of ironic. But yeah, back then I was like guilty because I was missing so many days of streaming. So I decided, you know what? While I'm at this Airbnb, I'm going to get a little temporary setup and I'm going to go live. So I did. I went to the store and I got like a monitor, like a cheap one. And like I had my PC there. I had it hooked up to the TV, but that wasn't good enough for streaming. So I had to get a monitor. And yeah, I hooked up my PC to this cheap monitor and I got a little setup going and I went live. And for the most part, the stream was really fun. The first like 2 hours, 3 hours, it was really good. Well, then close to the end of the stream, of course, something had to go wrong. This random guy comes in my chat, and I'm not going to say his username because, I don't want to put him on blast, even though he had no problem doing that to me. But he came in my chat and proceeds to say the most like outlandish, spooky thing I've ever seen in my Twitch chat. He comes in and he goes, "Hey man, where are you streaming from today? This address or this address?" And he drops both my addresses, my one in New York and my one in LA. I don't even know how he got my Airbnb's address. I didn't have any mail sent there. I didn't like make it known that I was even in New York. I don't get it, but he somehow had it. And of course, I kind of shit myself and I banned him from the chat because I was worried. And I thought, okay, well, you know what? Maybe that's the end of it. Maybe he won't come back. And of course, they always come back. Like 5 minutes later, this dude comes rolling back through to my Twitch chat. And he goes, "Hey, Austin, you didn't answer my question before you banned me. Which address are you at?" And then he puts them both in again. So I ban him again, right? And of course, like, I'm worried because I don't want other people in the chat to see that. And I'm sure at this point, some people had already seen it. And yeah, I was paranoid. And this guy just keeps going, dude. He keeps coming in and putting my address in. At one point, I think he put my phone number in. This dude was just like at my neck for no reason, right? Like, to this day, I don't know why he was so persistent at hating me and trying to, like dox me and get my info out there. And it was just getting too much. He just kept coming in and doing this. So I was like, you know what? I'm ending the stream. So I was just like, hey, chat, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm going to end the stream. And that wasn't a lie. I was pretty damn tired at this point from this dude's bullshit. So I ended the stream, hopped off. My one friend came in the room and he was like, "Why'd you end?" I'm like, "Bro, this dude, he just kept coming into my chat and like dropping my address and like being weird." And he's like, "Oh man, I don't know how you deal with that shit. I couldn't do it." And I was like, "I can't either, bro. It's a lot." And he's like, "Yeah, man, well, just take a break, like chill for the night. Maybe don't stream till you're back in LA. And I was like, "Yeah, that's probably the plan." So after this, I went downstairs to hang out with my friends. We were just eating, having dinner. And all of a sudden, I hear 3 knocks on my door. And I already knew what it was. I was like, damn it. Because this was my fear. I knew that either on stream or off stream, this guy from my Twitch chat, this creepy hacker weirdo dude, was going to send something to my house or somebody. And I already knew, dude. I knew I was going to open that door and it was going to be the cops. So I went up to the door. I looked through the little peephole. Sure enough, I see 2 police officers. And I'm like, great. Here I am getting swatted for the 50th time. So I open the front door. I open up the little screen thing. And the officers are like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Good. How you guys doing?" And they're like, "Pretty good." And then the one officer kind of steps up and he's like, "So we got a call saying that you were doing some crazy stuff. And we already know who you are. We have your info down at the station. We know this has happened before. We're just making sure you're okay. Is everything okay?" And I was like, I'm good. He's like, all right, is everyone in the house okay? And I turn around and I'm like, guys, you okay? And everyone in the room's like, yeah, we're good. And I turn back around. And this was the one good thing about being swatted a bunch of times. It's a crazy sentence. But because it happened so many times, the police in my town knew me, which made getting swatted a lot easier because they wouldn't send the whole damn SWAT team. They'd send a couple officers and that'd be it, right? Just like this. So I end up talking to these officers for like another 10 minutes and they tell me that the guy called in with some voice changer on or something. And it was basically some outlandish, unbelievable bullshit story that this guy told on the call. And the cops kind of knew it was bullshit right off rip. And they told me what the guy said. This dude called the cops and said that he was my neighbor and said that he saw me out the window unloading a van full of guns. It's like, come on, man, make it a little believable here, okay? Like, what do you think I am? Like El Chapo? I got a van full of weapons? And I don't even own a van. The cop was like, do you own a van? And I was like, no. And they're like, yeah, okay, we thought so. So yeah, I talked to the cops for a little bit longer after this and we kind of just like chatted for a bit, and I told them that I'd be in town for like another week. They told me they would keep my Airbnb address, so if any other calls came in to this address, you know, they would make sure to respond accordingly. And they were being cool. They were being pretty chill. They also said they were going to try and investigate the dude that made the call. Now, I didn't have much faith in this. I never have, because in the past, no one ever really got caught when they messed with me and tried to like, you know, send shit to my door or swat me. So yeah, I didn't have a lot of faith. And sure enough, like a few days later, everything just kind of resumed back to normal. You know, I was doing my video stuff, and I went back to LA like a week after that, and I was doing streams again, and that guy wasn't in the chat anymore, and I heard nothing from the police. So I was like, yep, okay, just like last time, like it came and it went, and now I'm back to my normal life, like, oh well, that's just how things go. And then like a week later, I'm in my room in LA, scrolling Twitter, in bed, and I get a phone call from a number from my hometown. Like I can tell by the area code. So I answer it, I'm like, hello? And I hear this man go, is Austin there? And I was like, that's me. And he's like, hey, this is Officer Blank with Blank Police Department. We're just calling in regards to this incident a couple weeks ago. And he starts talking about it. And I'm like, huh, like, why are they calling me about this? Like, what is he about to say? And this dude goes on to say that they caught the motherfucker. So apparently this idiot swatted somebody like 2 days after me, right? And he forgot to put on his VPN using whatever like internet phone call service he was using. And the cops were able to like look up the number, call the provider he was using, and get the dude's actual IP and track him down. And guess what? This dude lived literally like 2 miles away from me in my hometown. Where my Airbnb was, he was like 2 miles down the road. So he literally could have came to my house and like hurt me or something. But it just blew my mind. I've never been swatted by somebody that lived so fucking close. And they arrested his ass. And this dude got charged. Like, he went to fucking jail for a while. Now, I will say, this dude was a lot younger than I thought he was going to be. He was 17, so he was a kid. So they sent him to, like, juvie, essentially. And I think he got 2 years, but he ended up only doing a year because he was, like, on good behavior or whatever. And then he had probation. But the dude definitely learned his lesson, I think. Now, looking back, do I think a year is, like, kind of easy? In my opinion, for what he was doing, yes. I think if you're sending the police to somebody's house and making awful threats and getting those people put in danger, like, people have died from swatting. Like, you could easily get someone hurt or worse, you know what I mean? So, like, I think a year was a pretty easy sentence for this crime. But I also think him being young and going to juvie for a year probably opened his eyes a little bit to never do that again. So hopefully he learned his lesson and he's not doing that no more. But let me tell y'all, I felt pretty damn good when I found out they caught that motherfucker. Like, it felt so good to know that some karma finally came back to one of these hackers that just like does shit like that with no regard for other people's safety or well-being. So, moral of this story is, don't be one of these weirdo hackers. Don't dox people on the internet. Don't send things to people's homes, especially the SWAT team. That's just awful. And that's that. But anyway, guys, that is the story of how I got swatted and the guy got caught and went to jail or juvie or whatever. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys all later. Peace. Until I'm face down, I'll be fully loaded, I'll be whipping